So now that you're available this weekend, how has training been leading up to the match?
Same as always. Tried to have the same mentality even though I wasn't playing in the last couple of weeks, whereas it was more about preparing the other guys for their opponent, and this week preparing myself for the opponent. So NYCFC is a very good team. It's going to be a very big test, I think, for me for my first game. That's a fine. That's a fine. But I'm very excited to be back.
Now, going up against NYCFC, you're obviously very familiar with them, and they've had a hot start. What are some of the problems that they present?
David Villa's got to be the first and foremost things on everybody's mind, especially defenders. Got to know where he is at all times. And they have good players all around the field and a good tactical system. I think Patrick Vieira has instilled in them a good passing ability, the way they play out of the back, the way they play through midfield and counterattack pretty fast. They're a very good team. I think they'll be towards the top of the East all season.
Players, coaches, fans, they've all kind of talked about the anticipation surrounding your return. Is there any pressure on you coming back with so much anticipation surrounding your return?
Well, I think the pressure I put on myself to perform week in and week out is enough. I think, I was brought in here to do a job, and I know I'm an important player of the team, and they gave up a lot to bring me here, and I know I'll be a key piece for this club for the next couple of years, but none of that weighs on me as much as the pressure I put on myself to try to help my team win and help my team play well every game.
How would you evaluate the team's first two games, the performances?
I think the performance against DC was very good. I think despite going down a man, we controlled the game for the entire second half, and you could say 1-1 was a fair result. I think you could say the second game was a fair result also. We didn't deserve to win. We didn't play well at all. We didn't have enough good performances, and we just got to be better. I think we got to be better. So far, we're not happy about 1 point out of 6, but we know it's still early, and my message to the group was don't let one game deter us. Don't let one game change our focus or change our feeling about our team. I think we have a good team, and we made a lot of effort in preseason to move this thing along and move ourselves forward. And let's not take a step back now because of one bad loss. Let's react to it and be better the next one.
Watching this team, is a true number 10, is that really what this group is missing so far right now, or are other pieces needed to come back?
Well, I think we have a few pieces that are going to add to the team once everybody's back. I think Dom, I'm hopeful that Yuri will be back soon as well to add that piece to the midfield. And then we have Coleman, who's kind of maybe our ace in the hole that nobody really knows much about. We don't even know much about him because he hasn't been able to train that much, unfortunately. But in the few moments that we've had with him, he's looked very good, and so we're excited to get him back. And then you start posing questions to the coaching staff about the depth of the team. We are really deep, and there are going to be guys that are going to be left out of the roster every week, and the battle for spots is going to be tough, and that's just going to make us better as the year goes on. So I think everybody's all in and bought into that, and I think we're going to be very good as the season gets going, and we can hopefully stay healthy.
Sasha, your family's in town now, right? So now that they're in town and you finally are eligible to play, how do you feel not only going into this game, but for this stage of your career and your life? Is it like a fresh start for you? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's anytime you change clubs, it's a fresh start. I've done this a few times in my career, so I'm used to it. I talked in the off season about how this was a difficult move for me and my family, but we're fully settled in now. We've got our house, the kids are in the pool every day, they got smiles on their faces, and that's the most important thing in life. So when I get home every day and my family's happy, it makes me a happy man as well. So we're very happy here.
When you go up and play NYCFC, they're obviously in a baseball stadium, one of the smallest pitches, actually the smallest pitch in the league. Do you find that difficult playing in that environment? Yeah,
it's a difficult environment. It's not easy to play. I think when you play on a big field and the grass is always nice, it's always a little bit easier to play. So you got to tune your mentality a little bit to know that it's probably going to be a lot more 50-50 balls and a bit more of a battle than usual, just because you just have less space to operate in. So, but good players always find a way to make a difference no matter where the game is. So, David Villa certainly has shown that. Hopefully I can help my team to a win.
I mean, does that present just a few more opportunities to a smaller pitch, or maybe a couple more balls over the top? And
sometimes you just see on set pieces, they become very important there too, because the ball's so in tight and you can deliver it right where you want it, hopefully. It's not ideal for the beautiful game, but I think it's still going to be a very entertaining game. They've always been pretty entertaining games between these two clubs over the past few years.
Thank you, Sasha.
One more. Go for it. Sorry, Marcos.
Sorry for that. I was here. So it would maybe be a different if it was like the third home game, like your first game with the team, but now you guys go on the road, and then you will start figuring out some more stuff. So
Sure.
how you defend when
Yeah.
you go on the road, how you counter, and all those things. At the same time, you're going to help shape that, right? So how do you deal with that?
Well, yeah, for me, it's my first game. I'm going to be excited, but you have to figure that stuff out on the fly. I think we have a game plan, but sometimes things change, whether you score an early goal or give up an early goal. So that part for me has typically come pretty easy. I've been around for a long time now, and I've played a lot of different games. So, yeah, we got to figure those things out early, whether we're pressing high or whether we're able to win balls high up the field or not, or if we have to drop back deep. You know, the game sometimes will dictate that. So we'll see how things go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.